Hi guys, Anton here from Adventure Africa, and yeah, this is not Africa, this is Scotland, and snow all around us. But we're here in the Highlands driving the new Ineos Grenadier, and I have to say, what a vehicle. I mean, this guy's really thought about everything. Now, this is utilitarian, and everything in this vehicle was built practically to ensure that you take this vehicle off-road and go anywhere with it. There's no funny business with adaptive cruise control and lane keep assist and all those things. This was made for the bush, and I really love it. The extras that you can put on this vehicle, there is so many little things you can do with this vehicle to ensure that this is the perfect vehicle for taking you overlanding into the bush in Africa. And yes, although we're sitting here in Scotland and it's freezing, it is ice cold. But yeah, I'm really enjoying this vehicle, and would love to take you inside and show you a little bit more inside. So inside again, this vehicle was built to ensure that you have everything right at your fingertips. The instrument panel here at the top gives you your diff locks, your hill descent control, your water wading, your 4x4 mode, and all those beautiful things that normally is in the way here at the bottom and you press them by mistake. In the center here we've got our gear lever. It's a 7-speed gearbox from ZF, and it's paired to either a 3-litre straight 6 petrol engine from BMW or the 3-litre diesel engine from BMW as well. You've got a proper gear lever here for high, low and lock. Got central differential gearbox, rear diff and front diffs, and then of course extra buttons here at the top to ensure that you can switch on anything you want. The vehicle drives extremely well. We've been doing some 4x4 here in the Highlands, and I have to say the drive is extremely comfortable. So yeah, I'll show you a little bit more later, but for now we're going to do some more driving.
Hey kid, don't ever let them get inside your head. They'll tell you what to do in life instead of everything you know that you could get. Don't let them guide your life towards regret. I'll fight for what I love with every breath. My past is filled with things I won't forget.
Okay, so we've got John here, and he's one of the instructors for this launch here in Scotland with Ineos Grenadier. And then John, you've driven the Ineos a couple of times, I presume?
A few times now.
And what is your thoughts actually?
It's a really, really good car. It performs like you don't expect it to. It has lots of grip, it's got everything you need it to do, and it's all there at the click of a button.
The funny thing that I've noticed with it, when I was speaking to quite a few of the people here, is that I don't think any of us were expecting it to be this good. I mean, you hear some mad Englishman wants to build a vehicle, and he brings this. I mean, sitting in a pub, drawing on a little piece of paper,
Yeah.
and this arrives.
It is spectacular. Nobody expected it to be this good, and that from conception to here, 5 years, that's mad.
And the 4x4 capabilities on this vehicle is extremely good. I mean, yes, all 4x4s are pretty much equal,
Yep.
but this one is a little bit special in the fact that there's no funny electronics and stuff that is hindering you to do what you want. You're in control of the vehicle. You, the master of your own ship.
Definitely, for sure.
And it makes a difference when going off-road. I mean, apart from the fact that you've got front lockers, rear lockers available, you can actually switch off some of the electronics when off-roading, and it's a press of a single button. You don't have to fiddle and ESC off there, this one off there, this one off there, or go into a computer screen with multiple different pages to switch off every single thing. It's one button and everything is off.
Correct.
And that stays off until you hit again about think it's what, 44 miles per hour?
Something like that, yeah, around that number. Simple press of a switch to deactivate those systems as well, and you're back on the highway.
And then for you, I mean, you're quite skilled in 4x4ing. How does this compare to you off-road to some of the other vehicles you've driven?
It's big, well, it's heavy, but actually it doesn't feel heavy, and it's a big car, and it doesn't feel like a big car when you're off-road. When things start to get slippy and greasy, simple press of those switches, rear diff locker in, and you're up that hill that's really slippy. So it really does perform when you need it to. A lot of these modern cars, computers are doing it for you. You don't realise the computer's doing so much for you, and it's quite nice to go back to the old-fashioned ways, if you will, and oh, I need that, let's press the button, and we've now got that extra traction, and it'll make it work.
And then for us, from South African point of view, it's not really a thing for us unless we go to Lesotho, where it's icy cold, like it's right here.
Yes, right here.
Where it's icy cold, like here in Scotland. I mean, you can have gloves on, and all the buttons are big enough and easy enough to use with gloves on.
Yeah.
There's no funny little tap on a screen here and tap on a screen there. It's a button. It's a simple, straightforward. I think one of the guys called it, it's an analog system almost.
Definitely. And it's a big button as well. You can't get it wrong. There is lots of buttons, and a lot of people say, oh, where is everything? It's difficult. If this was your car, 2 weeks out on the road, you'd know where every button is.
And the other nice thing is you've got this whole instrument panel up here with all the buttons clustered together. Everything you need is right here.
Yeah.
There's not accidentally switching on your diff lock or this or that. And the best part of me, we call it a kitty, like a walking stick.
Yep.
For when you go walking in the bush.
And we're going to use that right now.
And we're going to use that right now. Presume
We're going to go to low range, centre lock.
Do we do it now?
Yeah, we'll do that now.
Okay, so we still first have to put it in neutral. Let's pull up to the back and then left, and that will lock your centre diff.
It is indeed. You've heard the bings in the computer and the system working in the display in front of you. You've got an L and a central lock diff icon appeared.
And obviously we put
Press
it in.
and hold once for 1 second.
And
It's
then
flashing,
just
and then press
confirm.
it again. There we go.
And now we're in off-road mode. Oops,
We are.
daisy.
Don't forget to pop it back into drive before you let go of the brake. What I'm also going to do is pop the screen on as well, and we're going to put on our off-road mode.
And this gives you angles and
Well, not necessarily angles, it does give angles, but what we're more interested in is our wheel angle, because quite often it's easy to oversteer on a corner or not quite get the wheel straight. So in the middle of the screen at the top we have our wheel angle, which is very useful when we're off-road, certainly in tighter situations. In a convoy like this, we don't really want to hold up people behind us, but we want to keep up as well with the guys in front.
And currently I believe that this vehicle comes out with 2 types of tyres. You can either get the Bridgestones all-terrains,
Yep.
or also available are the BF Goodrich KO2s, which is pretty good for rock and those type of things. But yeah, I mean, this is really a capable vehicle. And what really impressed me is the drive on the black stuff. I mean, on tarmac, this thing is smooth. I mean, you don't expect this from a vehicle with solid front beams in the front and in the rear. This is normally what the type of driving comfort you get with independent front suspension. The guys really did a hell of a job putting this together. But we're going to do some 4x4 now, so a little bit later we'll chat to Tim from Sub-Saharan Africa. He's the country head.
I'll make it look like I'm losing, won't bother hiding my bruises. And when they finally think you're wounded, then it's your chance to be ruthless.
Okay guys, we've got Tim here from Sub-Saharan Africa. You are country lead for South Africa, Namibia, Botswana, how many other countries?
Yeah, well, we've got 8 in total. We go right the way up to Senegal. We've got Senegal, Nigeria, Tanzania, Ghana. We're going to have Ivory Coast. Who I missed out? Oh, Kenya.
And Kenya as well.
Yeah.
So pretty much almost up to the equator.
Right all the way up.
So So we've been driving this vehicle now for the last 2 days, and I have to say to you guys at Ineos did a brilliant job. As I said to John earlier, the way this vehicle firstly handles on the tarmac is amazing, and then it is just a beautiful vehicle. I mean, let me just wait for these cars quickly. And you've got 2 engines to choose from. You've got the diesel from BMW, and you've got the straight 6 petrol from BMW.
Twin turbo, yeah.
Twin turbo. And the diesel, 186 kilowatts, 550 newton meters of torque.
Yeah, I mean, it's the most amazing engine. I mean, it's obviously well proven because it's been in the X5, obviously married with the ZF gearbox, 8-speed automatic. It's absolutely an amazing combination, and you can see why Sir Jim chose that combination. I mean, it is the best, I think, on the market.
And then obviously in the straight 6 petrol with its twin turbo, I mean, that is 213 kilowatts and 415 newton meters of torque. Also, just as brilliant. I mean, this is what we're driving now, and from what we can see, fuel consumption is fairly good on the tarmac. I mean, I think the diesel we got around about 9.2, 9.3 liters per 100 k's, and I think the petrol is very similar to
a little bit less. I mean, look, it's a heavy car, isn't it? It's 2.7 tons. You know, with a couple of oaks like us in the vehicle as well.
Yeah.
But I think the consumption is pretty good, and I think on those long journeys it'll be even better.
But now to come back to the vehicle and how they decided to put it together. I mean, it is amazing some of the details that you guys put into putting this vehicle together. I mean, you look at, for example, here at the top with the auxiliary buttons for whatever you want to put in, whether it's lights or rooftop tent that you hook up onto, a winch. Everything is already there, and the best part is there's already wiring ready for you. It's plug and play.
Yeah.
It's easy. You can do this at home.
Yeah. Well, look, you know, over the years, Anton, we've all taken the roof lining out of our cars, put the wiring in, and it never quite fits again. It's always rattling for the rest of your life. So to have all that in play, to be able to just plug in and ready to go, whether it's a winch, as you say, a light bar. I mean, it's just, again, somebody thinking about the future, about your car, how you want to customize it, you know, make it your vehicle, which I think is really, really cool.
And then obviously off-road. This vehicle was built for off-road. I mean, Sir Jim said that he wants it as reliable, as durable, and as capable as a Land Cruiser. And I think he surpassed it.
Yeah.
I mean, small things. I mean, a lot of people love driving a 4x4 in manual, and this one comes out automatic with a sequential gearbox.
Yes.
But what is very, very great for me is the fact that as soon as you put it in sequential, you're in 4 low lock, it starts in second gear.
Yeah.
It is
Which
got a
very few
dedicated,
vehicles can do.
Exactly. And there's so many times that you want to start off in second gear that and other vehicles don't do it. You put it in second gear, it starts off from first and then goes to second gear, and then you've lost your momentum.
Yeah.
But this one has got a dedicated, you put it in the gear you want, and it stays
Away
there.
you go. Yeah.
And it is just amazing. And then you've got this little beautiful off-road button that you guys decided to put in. And it switches everything off. I mean, up to 44 miles, everything stays off. You don't have
Airbags, seat tensioners, etc.
seat warning is off. I can actually drive wherever I want to and have my seatbelt off, and it's not going to be blaring in my ear the whole time.
I mean, look, I love the mantra of what they say about this vehicle. It's, you know, designed by Britain, built by Germans, but it's built for Africa. Because I think, I don't know what you think, you know, you could drive from Pretoria down to Cape Town. You know, I mean, the seats are so comfortable on road. That's what's really impressed me about it. And then you go off-roading for 3 weeks, and then back on the tarmac, on the black stuff. I just think this vehicle's built for all of that terrain, which is just brilliant for Africa.
Exactly, and as I said earlier, I mean, I really believe that you guys were able to fill a gap in the market that was left by vehicles moving out of that market. I mean, you've got a vehicle, again, a modern vehicle with modern engine, modern gearbox systems, modern 4x4 systems, but it's got 2 solid beams, one front and one rear, with progressive coil springs, decent shocks. I mean, this is a beast. I've been driving it now for 2 days, and every time I go off-road, I'm thinking, it's wonderful.
Yeah.
It is just great.
I feel like it's going back to honest driving, as I used to call it. You can just straightforward, does what it says on the tin, no fanciness. I mean, again, buttons that you can press that actually operate, not all this touchscreen stuff. And that's what I love about it. I mean, 3 touches and you're ready to go off-road.
Okay, but tell us now quickly, warranties on this vehicle in South Africa, what are we looking at?
Yeah, we're looking at a 5-year warranty plan, 100,000 kilometres limit on that. There will be service plans available as well, which you can take out for 2 years, up to 5 years, and then we'll do an extension motor plan past 5 years as well. So again, to give you that peace of mind for servicing of the vehicle.
And currently the price starts about at 1.5.
Yeah,
I
that's
know
right.
it sounds a lot, but you get a lot of vehicle for that price. It is, I would say, worth every cent. And I think it's going to be flying out of the dealerships.
Yeah, I mean, and I think, you know, a lot of South Africans want to drive it. I think you've driven it now for 2 days, convinced you that, you know, this is a vehicle you would buy. And I think that's what the South Africans are looking for. Get me behind the wheel, let me test drive it, let me believe what it says about this chassis frame, about the coil springs, does it actually work? When you put it all together, you say, yeah, this is a vehicle I would take to Namibia. I would go off tracking for 3 weeks in this vehicle.
Listen, again, I really love this vehicle, and there's obviously a double cab on the way.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm
Bucky.
not sure if it's a bucky,
Yeah.
a proper bucky. I mean, we saw some spy photos earlier this week, and the thing is, how long are we going to wait in South Africa for that?
Yeah, I mean, hopefully we're going to get a prototype to take to Nampo around the May time. If not, it'll be middle of the year. But yeah, towards the end of this year, you'll be able to see the first ones on the road.
Listen, you guys did a hell of a job at Ineos. I think, as I said, it's going to be flying off the dealership floors. I love it, and I've really enjoyed. I'm going to miss this thing when I get back to South Africa. I cannot wait for when it's back in South Africa, so that we can maybe take it to Namibia or Moremi, a proper overlanding thing. Because geez, this was cold here in Scotland. We need some heat on this vehicle.
We want heat and we want clippies and coke and have a nice random ride.
Exactly. But listen, Tim, thanks for having us.
Pleasure.
We
Been a great
really
few
enjoyed
days.
it. And guys, if you want to know more, link is below. Thanks for watching. Please follow, subscribe and share. And go and have a look at Ineos's website. I'll have all the descriptions and links in the link below, in the descriptions below. And again, cheers. Thank you, Tim.
Pleasure.
Okay.